and see your wonderful face. This gentleman hails from Bahrain in a village called Manama. He's an electrical engineer. That's what he studied for his undergrad. But later on went to do his MBA in transformational leadership. This then introduced a whole new side of life. He is a Toastmaster, not just a Toastmaster, but a distinguished Toastmaster. And not just a distinguished Toastmaster, but an accredited speaker under the Toastmaster International. He is the first Arab to reach the World Championships of Public Speaking, the finals that happened in 2006 in Washington, D.C. Later on in 2020, he was awarded the very prestigious Accredited Speaker Award and is the 88th person internationally to receive this award. And of course, the first in the Middle East. Right now, he is a corporate culture expert and a consultant leading companies and individuals build better communication, positive culture, and innovative performances. I am talking about the distinguished Toastmaster, Mohammed Shukri. Kindly fly in those emojis and help me lay the red carpet for keynote speaker Toastmaster Mohammed Shukri. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Madam Lucy. I will share my screen and start immediately. Thank you for this warm welcome, and I am very privileged to be among you for the first time. Hope it's not the last. I have my own timer, so allow me. Okay, so since we are online, I want to do a quick warm-up. Clearly, we are all sitting, right? We are sitting on, of course, a chair. I want you to reach out with your hands and check what is the closest object under your seat. Is it the charger of your laptop? Is it a book you threw? Is it what? And type it in the chat. I'm very curious. Of course, I didn't have the chance to hide some dollars like we do in the training halls, but just tell me what is there under your seat. Closest object. Type it in the chat if that's possible. Maybe is it disabled? Charging cable, as I expected. What else? What other objects are there? Interesting. Bottle of water, staple pen. Yeah, nice one. Carpet. Some of you are lucky to be, my sandals, my phone. Wonderful. So let me also check. Yes, I'm immediately over a carpet here in Bahrain. And some of you are in the office, maybe wearing shoes, files, paper, all sorts of things. But none of them is really appealing to reach out to. Thank you very much for this nice warm-up activity and your observation skills. Let me introduce you to this book. Maybe you have read this book, The Power of Now, in which Eckhart Tolle, the international guru, talks about the story in the beginning. Someone is poor and on the road asking for money and sitting on a box. One day, a man asked him, "What are you sitting on?" He said, "It's just a box." He said, "Reach under your box because there's a treasure. And in that treasure, in that box, you have been sitting for years on a treasure, and yet you're still extending your hand to others for help." That's a very strong metaphor, because what is our wildest dream? What are we extending our hands to reach out to? What are we seeking as Toastmasters and anyone who is in this program? I'll tell you, it's just like my own dream. I want to be the few who speak to the many. I don't want to be the many who listen to the few. I like that, but I also want to be part of the few. I want to be on the empty side of the stage, empty side of the speaking hall. You get what I mean, no? I want to travel and talk. Actually, I put this because a friend of mine posted this in our group and said, one day I want to be like them, travel across the world and reach there. Don't we want to do that? I didn't mention what all this means. All this means I want to become a PS. What is a PS4? Quickly again, use the chat box. Don't let the chat box sleep. What is a PS? It's not post signature, of course, although my signature is down. Public speaker, nice one, but you are already a public speaker. A specific industry of public speaking, which is, I'm waiting for it. PS, another PS. Almost there, yes. Proficient speaker, Faith, thank you. Professional speaker, so let's stick to that. Yeah, so what's the difference between a public speaker? It's only the act. Professional speaker, you get paid for that act. Just oversimplifying. That is our dream, right? I want you to forget that dream. Sorry to burst your bubble. It ain't gonna happen. If it would happen, it would have happened, right? And I'm here today debate this. And I want here not to burst your bubble, but let's do some analysis. If you want to become a professional speaker, let us do some requirements. What is the toll it will take? Your time, a lot of your time, a lot of hard work. There is a lot of sacrifice if you want to dedicate yourself to professional speaking. There is some risk. Maybe you leave your job. Maybe you discard a lot of what you love because you want to go into a whole different industry. And if you're a professional speaker, do you think your laurels and trophies and your name will continue working for you? You still have to do marketing. Look around you. Everybody does marketing. And you have to be constant and innovative. You will jump into a different industry. In fact, this is a life decision. This is only a very small list of what you have to encounter if you decide, I want to become that professional speaker, that PS. Well, I'm here also to tell you, you will also don't have to give up your dream. Because remember the first day you joined Toastmasters, what was your intention? You want to speak. You want to be a good communicator. You want to inspire, influence. Only in Toastmasters Club? I know very well. But maybe it took us a long time. We stayed in this organization. It's so comfortable. It's so nice. People are so beautiful. And I'm only going to do this here, not outside. We forgot the original reason why we joined. We want to impact our world. We want to increase the quality of our life and the life of those we touch, not only our members. And some of you jump to contests because you want larger audiences, but that's a very small slice, uncontrollable, unpredictable results. So how can each of us does that? So my promise to you today is, I like to use the metaphor and the slogan, the motto of the Olympics. I'm here to promise you, you can become the PS you want, professional speaker, but faster, if through what I'm going to share with you, faster, stronger, and higher. These are the three main slogans for the Olympics. And for me, I'm adding one more so that the Olympic logo is not incomplete. I'm adding safer. Yes, you will achieve all what you want, but safer. You don't have to risk your job, your life, etc. Because I have 30 years, more than 30 years experience in speaking. I started early. You can do this also in 30 years? No, 3 years, less than 3 years. I'm going to prove it to you today. So hang on with me. Are you interested? Give me a big yes in the chat box. If you have a no, send it privately, please. Just kidding. Okay. So yeah, too good to be true. Yeah, my friend said, if it's too good to be true, it's not true. Let us see today. Let us give you the evidence. All right, here we go. Today, in fact, I'm going to open to you that box which the beggar, us, are sitting on for a long time and not paying attention to. And I found the treasure in the box after a long, long time. I don't want you to go through that. So here we go. So I started early, really. End of my teens, beginning of my 20s, I don't have the memory. I'm 53 today. All right. I started speaking, then I joined a company, electrical engineering, worked in the power station for some while, and then promoted to a safety department. And safety department is different. Some of the job in the safety department is to give, instructions, information, presentations for safety. That's me there. And after some time, I was notable by the management. So I was invited to do more training in different departments. Managers are inviting me to their departments because, oh, that's a good speaker. But still in safety. And it was, an obligation and, wasn't, optional. I didn't really like it, but I enjoyed the process anyway. Then it didn't stop there. The union, which I was a member of, started to inviting me to their conferences when they do a program between joint unions between companies. The safety paper was given to me. We have a very good presenter in Alba, Aluminium Bahrain, by the way, that was the company. So they host me and I go there for free. What to do? More exposure. It didn't stop there. One day, and this is the turning point, my general manager said, Muhammad, I want you to invite you to speak in a majlis in Ramadan. We are in the holy month of Ramadan for us, our Muslims. What we do already, it's everywhere. So, but at night we have majlis. It is people open their halls and sitting rooms. Some of them have big ones to gather together, socialize, read the holy book, and learn about their religion, socialize, etc. He said, Muhammad, there is the chairman of a big business family business in Bahrain is holding this. And I promised them to bring them a speaker. He is gathering his employees for the annual Gabga, the feast of Ramadan in the evening. And he wants to gather all his employees, locals, expats, Muslims, non-Muslims. He wants to, recognize them and a good feast. And he wants a keynote speech. I never heard about this before. I don't know what's a keynote speech. He said, Muhammad, I trust you. Just give one of your inspiring talks. And I had to talk outside safety, etc. So I went there and I spoke to them, and apparently they were happy. But that twist was when we left the majlis outside the mansion of the chairman's house, my general manager handed me an envelope. I didn't know what's inside the envelope. And I went to the car, I opened it. There was money. I didn't expect I'll be paid for that half an hour. And why? To me, those 50 dinars, by the way, were beautiful gift. That was a turning point. It didn't stop there. I left my company in 2010. I took the package, early retirement, and I started speaking everywhere. And not only about safety, slowly I was actually gradually invited to all the region and beyond. I enjoyed the thing and I'm getting paid for that. After some time, I was able to invent and design new programs based on my experiences, but in different topics, not just industrial. So these are some of my signature topics, and I was paid for them. Some of them invite you as a workshop, keynote, seminar. Some of them want a full course. Because I mastered my topic, I was able to create all these faces. In short, I became a PS. I found myself, I'm a professional speaker. Achieve the dream, right? Wait, there's a twist. In 2016, a friend of mine in my club, home club, said, Mr. Shukri, since you have reached all this. Why don't you apply for this program called Accredited Speaker? And I said, what's Accredited Speaker? I looked at it and I said, why do I need to become accredited speaker? Quickly, we'll read the definition because time is running. The accredited, as per the handbook in the Toastmasters.org, the accredited speaker program is reserved for Toastmasters who combine subject mastery with professional speaking skills. If you have reached a level of proficiency that enables you to be paid professional speaker, you may be eligible to apply to become an accredited speaker. I said to my friend, okay, that's me already. Why should I apply? To get paid? I am already getting paid. You get the idea? She said, okay, that should be easy for you. If you do that, then do it. So basically what it is saying, I'm just summarizing, if you have the subject mastery and you have mastery of the word, spoken word, and you have evidence that you are paid, you are eligible to apply and even get the designation. I said, okay, it should be easy, right? I started the journey. The process is mainly 2 steps, but you have to look it up. I'm just saying mainly there are 2 levels. Level 1, all of that, and mainly the video presentation that you have to submit, recorded. Then if you qualify to level 2, you will present at the world headquarters. Look at these 2 stages in yellow. The rest is not important now. I said, okay, I have all these topics and they are very successful. I have standing ovations, a lot of invitations. Let me choose this one or this one. No. I will choose this one. It's the most powerful, impactful speaking. I was invited to so many districts because of that. And also businesses, it will work. So the journey started. I thought I will do it in the first year of application, second year, okay, third year, fourth year. Something's wrong. If I say I am already a professional speaker according to Toastmasters International, why am I not making it? I got fed up. They usually refuse the video, the first level video. So many trouble with that. I don't know what's the problem. In the 5th year, I got tired. I said, I won't bring photographers, videographers. I will just check any of the conference. One very boring conference I participated in. It looks like this, but it's not this one. I just said to any cameraman, please come there. I took permission and record my video. I delivered my paper, half an hour there, and submitted it to the accredited speaker committee, and it was accepted. What? It was accepted. It wasn't as fancy and as meticulous as the other videos I delivered. This one, which I delivered without focusing much, it worked. Not only this, and in 2020, the next year, I also chose a topic other than those. If that video worked, what was my discovery? I'm going to disclose now. What was I sitting on all these years and not paying attention to? Safety. Yes. The original skill, the original expertise I spent most of my life, and I had the deepest expertise in, I was sitting in and on it and ignoring it. Like you were ignoring the glasses or the cables or the phone under your seat. I didn't know that. I went back to the book and it's exactly saying that. What is it saying? And look at that. In the second round, in the finals, I delivered safe shortcut for safety culture. It was online, the first ever online accredited speaker. My energy was, 25% of my original energy when I go on stage in safety conferences and keynotes. Yes, and it worked because the judges saw what they were looking for. And this is the learning before I leave you. It was really about the what, not the how. Yes, the how is important, but the what is more important. Often we focus, how can I speak like this speaker when I look at them on the stage? I want to be like him. You are thinking how. All the time we are thinking how, but the how is a baby of the what. If you wisely choose what you talk about, the how will come naturally. It will unfold itself. If you choose something that you have not only the longest experience, but rather the deepest expertise, because I spent in safety management 7 years only, but it was the deepest of my field experience. I learned everything about management, leadership, customer service, human behavior in those 7 years. And that's why I speak about other aspects outside safety. But safety, occupational safety was my box of treasure. The third part, which is I'm coining, I have coined this only 2 years back. Professional speaking, my friends, is speaking in your profession. You have to see what is your profession and focus on that and speak about it. Let me put this in a model so that you won't forget. The PS we were all dreaming, the professional speaker we are all dreaming of, starts with speaking professional. Before you get lost in words, professional speaking versus speaking professional means you are a professional who speaks about his profession. That's why I said in LinkedIn last year, forget professional speaking. Start and become a speaking professional because it's right within your reach. Professional speaking versus speaking professional. The left one is a long life journey. Maybe you can have a shortcut to that, but it is very costly. However, the yellow part is different, and I'll prove it to you. Let me remind you of this. Let me remind you of the original formula by Toastmasters. Subject mastery plus mastery of the word. All of us want to jump to the green one, mastery of the word. But look, you already have subject mastery. Start from the right-hand side, the P on the right-hand side, you are already a professional. That is given. You have subject mastery. Why are you reaching for the mastery of the word in other subject? Focus on your subject, and then all you have to do is to start the mastery of the word, which is the second S from the right, the yellow part. Let me do this analysis with you again. Remember this table? Remember that all these factors are negatives and cost. I'm not saying negatives, they are costs that you will have to bear as a professional speaker. But if you start speaking as a professional, whatever profession you have, then all of this is in your favor. You will actually spend less time. I'm going to prove it to you. Less effort. Yeah. Less sacrifice, because you don't have to leave your industry, my friend. You don't have to make that leap of faith, leave everything behind and burn the boats behind you and lose your income and probably your family. No, there is no risk here. I mean, there's minor risk. And marketing, also I discover you don't have to do that gigantic marketing machine, blah, blah, blah. You know, which is very tiring, especially with the newly and always ongoing renewing technology. And the most important part, you will not have to leave your industry, you will stay in it. The professional speaker has to adopt a new industry, which is fluctuating, can fluctuate anytime. But you stay in your industry where there is a need for you and your expertise in the field. And that's why your life also, you will not lose your life. I did this quick study immediately after I finished accredited speaker in District 20. There was almost 200 attendees. And I did this survey before they joined. And the attendees, look at this. I don't know where you fall, but they had all these professions. Nobody said, I'm a professional speaker. That's a different industry. It's another profession, right? But you can have both if you stay in the white zone. If you're an accountant, you're a secretary or IT consultant, politician, attorney, you can add that books inside, not leave your white books to another one with big risk. All right? So look at this. What is your profession? Put it in your head now. Okay, engineer, electrical engineer, whatever. In your profession, not everyone has high expertise, but you have some expertise, okay? Look at the specific expertise you have, the depth. Look at the experience you had, the width. And all of this combines you and your other peers, right? And now answer me. How many of you in your profession choose to speak? Definitely not more than 5%. So you are the few. The people the engineers who choose to speak are the few. The doctors who choose to speak are the few. The auditors who choose to speak are the few. So you have achieved your dream by being the few who speaks to many, staying in your profession. And that's what accredited speaker spirit is. I'll give you examples. These are some of my clients. When they chose not to leave their industry, look, I pushed them to speak within their industry. And soon I see them, you can search on LinkedIn actually. Soon I see them flourishing as speakers in their industry and flourishing in their also expertise. This is Ali from Bahrain. And this is Shaima. She also took a training with me and I pushed her for focusing on procurement, which she's very passionate about. She goes everywhere and teaches students. Nothing stops her. No wonder I couldn't find her in a specific job. She goes from a better job to a better job. And if you're thinking Toastmasters, this is Zahra from Oman. When she heard that program I delivered online and focusing, because I advocate for this, professionals must speak about their profession. It was like a wake-up call. And she said, why am I doing all this in Toastmasters and not serving my industry? And she showed me these pictures. Immediately, Mr. Muhammad, I got immediate fast access to speaking in the United States because I focused on oil and gas, etc., which is her expertise. If you stay common and want to have this big dream, and finally, maybe you know Raymond Pereira from District 20. He was also awarded Area Director of the Year. But also, after the program we had, he focused on what he is actually loves, politics and society and serving his people in Goa, India. So my message to you is, in one picture, it's going to be crowded. So pay attention before I say goodbye. Forget this. Forget this. Start with this and this. Even if you have to go there, even if you are invited to speak there, because there, you know, comes what? Start from the left. I have very good news for you. The best part is if you start from the left, that is your step to achieve the right. Start as a professional who speaks, and I promise you, in no time, you will see yourself a professional speaker within your industry. The authority, the expert will be you. The few people who speak about this will be you. You will get more stages than full-time professional speakers. Trust me on this. And that is your shortcut in less than 3 years. You want to know how? You also apply for accredited speaker, because there, the requirement in the form also is a pathway. People say there's no pathway for accredited speaker. There is for DTM. I'm telling you, there is. By applying to accredited speaker, you move to a whole level of challenge and mindset. And that was my promise to you, ladies and gentlemen. To become a professional speaker, you start as a speaking professional in your field and start serving your world. And I promise you, you will become a professional speaker faster, stronger, higher, and safer in less than 3 years. Start now, don't wait. So I'm asking you again, what is under your seat? What is inside the books you're sitting in for years? Over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished Toastmaster Mohammed Shukri, offering us a complete mental shift that makes perfect sense when he was such a powerful presentation, such an engaging speaker. We see that you are indeed a DTM and accredited speaker. This is a secret sauce to a very delicious life for us who are aspiring to go beyond what we do here at Toastmasters and to become not just accredited speakers, but impactful, knowledgeable, and in demand speakers of the world. We just need to focus on our area of strength and our area of expertise. I have heard you 100%. You said, trust me when I tell you this, and I trust you 150%. Your presentation was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that wisdom with us. Thank you so much. We highly appreciate you sharing this with us.